Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. So lots of questions around the ADA price recently with the Vasil hard fork coming up at the end of June for Cardano. We know it's going to bring a lot of really good improvements to the chain, allow more complex DeFi applications to launch as well. And then there's lots of opinions out there on Cardano and on the ADA price, ranging from Cardano is dead right up to new all-time highs in the next weeks or the next month to complete moon shots as well. In this one, I'll give you my opinion, and that's all it is. Look, right now, the cryptocurrency market is very uncertain. I'll give you my take on it. We'll look back at other hard forks, look at the current market as well as the market during them hard forks, and hopefully that helps with your own research as well. Share it out if you think others can benefit. Let me know your own thoughts below as well, or even one for the algorithm. Give it a like. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so we'll start out here looking at the charts, and before I get into them, actually I got a new mic, so let me know how the audio is coming through. I think it is an improvement and I'm still working out the optimal settings, but let me know how it comes through anyway. So this is the ADA BTC chart. This is one I show a lot. This is the ADA price against Bitcoin, because anyone new, look, Bitcoin does drive the market and you want to see whatever coin you're holding outperforming Bitcoin. But we'll come back to this one in a few minutes. Okay, so on the ADA USD price, then you can see the three previous hard forks here represented by the orange dashed line going down here, and then the June hard fork, which we haven't got to just yet. So in the three previous hard forks, these here represent the 30 days leading up to the hard fork, and you can see in each case 113% growth, 321% and 47%. And if you go back 60 days for the Alonzo hard fork here, then it's a lot bigger than 47% as well. So generally leading up to these hard forks, the price of ADA does do very well. When you look back, and I will show you that in a minute, these three previous hard forks, the overall market was in a lot different state than it currently is right now. So I see people calling for all-time highs by this June hard fork, but I really struggle to see that in the current market. Yes, longer term, I do see ADA hitting all-time highs, but right now things are very uncertain. I do think the ADA price will get some really nice movement here, but how that is reflected back into the USD price is going to depend on the overall market, and I'll show that in a second. If we look at these three previous hard forks, just to put that into context, if we look back here, you can see this is the Bitcoin chart, and again, just showing the hard fork timeline on this. Hard fork obviously doesn't impact Bitcoin, but it's just to show you how the overall market was reacting back then. So Bitcoin was up 25% for the Shelly hard fork. For the Mary hard fork, Bitcoin up 35%, was up 60-70%, but had a pullback in the week leading up to the actual hard fork. And for Alonzo, again, the Bitcoin price was up. And if you look back what I said about the ADA price, if you went back 60 days, it was up a lot more as well. So right now, the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin market, I suppose world markets, is in a different situation. If you look just from a technical standpoint on Bitcoin right now, testing that $36,000 level, just below it right now. If we lose this current ground for Bitcoin, then a revisit of the very low 30s is very, very possible for Bitcoin. And if you even look at the overall stock market, the S&P, just to take a sample on this, you can see that over the last, this year, I suppose, since early January, we hit the high, we hit a low here, a lower low here in February, and then another lower low at the very end of April as well. So the S&P is starting to go into a downtrend. The cryptocurrency market is very much in a downtrend right now as well. So in order to see a real big run up on things like the ADA price or any other cryptos out there, we really need to see the Bitcoin price, first off, for crypto, and even the stock market to get some foothold and start getting some confidence, because right now around the world, things are a bit uncertain. There's lots of talk of recession on the way and everything like that. So short term, we don't really know where exactly markets are going to go. I'll say the same thing about the Cardano ecosystem. I've been saying since last year is that if you were looking for way bigger multipliers and stuff like that on your investments, then looking at the Cardano ecosystem is where a lot of the projects are going to give you bigger returns than say ADA will. ADA has always been a safe long-term bet for me personally. I know some people aren't willing to wait that long-term game, so looking through the Cardano ecosystem, there's lots of really good projects coming up there as well. They're the ones that will give you, I suppose, faster gains than something like ADA. They also come with bigger risk. There's lots of different ways to play it. When a project is coming up to a launch, generally, just like we've talked about with the hard fork here, there will be a run up in the price. And that's not just as susceptible to the overall cryptocurrency market, because within an ecosystem, people will move from some of the bigger coins into the smaller ones in anticipation of the launch. And then what you generally see is a few days or a week or so before the launch, people will start to sell off. It's like buy the rumor, sell the news. And even when we do, or I suppose if or when we do get a bit of a push in the ADA price for the June hard fork, I would expect the usual a week or so before it that the price will have a pullback as well. Wait to see what launches. By what I'm hearing, it'll be 1 month, maybe up to 2 months before we start to see applications really launching. Money markets is something I'm really looking forward to. If you look across other ecosystems, when things like money markets launched, that in itself really gave a big push to the price of the underlying blockchain as well. So lots to dig into in future videos, like looking at the ecosystem, looking at different projects as well that can give that push in the price. I would say diversify. When you're looking to go into ecosystem projects as well, yes, they can give faster gains, but they also give more risk in that as well. So never go all in on anything. Make sure you diversify. Hope this has given some perspective. And actually, one thing I didn't cover that I said at the beginning I would was the ADA BTC chart. This is the one that I would expect to see the push for the ADA price. If we look back here on the Shelly hard fork against Bitcoin, so this is ADA against Bitcoin, the ADA price was up 81%. In the Mary hard fork, up 215%. And in the Alonzo hard fork, up 49%, which is the high against Bitcoin right now. Since then, we've been pulling back, waiting for something bigger to come along. Hopefully June is the kickstart of that. It will allow a lot more complex DeFi come into the equation for Cardano. Let's see how it plays out. Let me know questions below. I will take some of them, maybe take them into another video to dive deeper into certain topics as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Hope it has been of some value, and always do your research. I'll talk to you soon.